Mrs. Jones. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Good. Looks like are these your daughters you've got with you?
Yes, I brought my daughters because they understand my hearing loss and what's going on and how it affects my everyday life. And, I just don't want it to affect them the way it's been affecting me because sometimes I get down on myself about burdening them.
Mom, we want to work with you. We just want you to be happy, and we just want you to be able to hear everything that you possibly can.
And Dad's willing to help too.
Oh gosh, well it sounds like you've got a great support system with you, Miss Jones. That's awesome that I think they're going to help you adapt your environment to a better setting that you can hear. So what do you do in your spare time? Do you work?
Well, I work at the health department and I communicate face to face with a lot of people in the community and in meetings with my coworkers. But my coworkers know I have hearing aids, but sometimes they don't understand how I struggle with hearing. And it's hard to hear patients over the phone, especially when they're real distressed. And, some moms come in, getting their little children their back to school shots, and their voices are just so soft that it's hard for me to understand them. And there are so many noisy sounds going on all around me, like that darn copy machine that's right near my desk.
Well, those are definitely normal complaints that I hear all the time, so don't think that you're singled out with your hearing difficulty. Now, we're going to go over some ways to help you better cope with those things today. Now, how about your home life? How does your hearing affect you at home with your family?
Well, I think Mom has the hardest times understanding us when we're at restaurants. Like, we love to go eat out together as a family, but I think that she has a really hard time hearing us because of all the background noise and, in the kitchen and everyone talking around her.
Yes, I would agree with that. We love going out to eat together as a family, so I want to be able to keep doing that.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go over some communication strategies with you to help you in that environment in your everyday life, okay?
All right.
All right, well, you just said that going out to eat at restaurants is a big thing for y'all, and you want to work on that. So some things you could do is when you're going, try to pick a spot in the restaurant that's maybe not in the center of the room. Try to get one in the corner that's away from all the hustle and bustle.
Okay, now why is that?
Well, if you sit in the middle of the room, you're going to have noise coming at you from all directions all around your head. So if you go to the corner, maybe you're going to be in that corner and only be hearing really what's around you there.
Okay.
Also, you could just make sure that you're facing all of the people at your table so you can see them and hear them well. Okay?
Yeah, I think we can do that.
Yeah, that's an easy adjustment to make.
Now, I know you may have a preference for certain restaurants, but you could also go to restaurants that only have carpet. The acoustics in places that have hard floors really play a role in your ability to hear. So carpet would really help.
Yes, Longhorn has carpet, and I love Longhorn.
Oh, well, girls, that means we can count out Cracker Barrel.
I think IHOP has carpet, though.
Oh, there you go. You have a solution to your breakfast food right there. But if you do go somewhere like Cracker Barrel that doesn't have carpet, you could just maybe wait for a table in the corner or get there whenever it's not too busy. I wouldn't suggest completely depriving yourself because I want you to enjoy your favorite things still.
Okay.
Okay, do you have any strategies that could work for her at work? Because, I know she has difficulties hearing there, and I think she needs some work there.
Definitely. So you said that copier was really loud. One thing you could do is maybe ask your boss if you could relocate that copier to maybe another busy area, or maybe even move to a cubicle that's further away in a quieter environment.
Okay, well, I think I could do that. Like I said, they're aware of my hearing loss at work, so if I suggest moving it, I think they'd be open to it.
I think so too. They don't understand sometimes the extent to which your hearing loss affects you. They don't know anyone that has one in their family or themselves. So I think if you talk about it to them, it'll really help.
Yes, and sometimes at my little church, I have a hard time hearing what the pastor says.
Does he not have a microphone or any type of amplification system?
Well, he has one, but sometimes he doesn't like to use that microphone. But I'm real close with him, so I could just give him a hard time about not using it. I need my Jesus time on Sunday, and if, I'm not trying to give up the word.
No,
That's right.
You don't need to give up the things that you enjoy most, especially being at church hearing the word. Now, you could even get there early on one Sunday and just try out sitting in the front and see how much better you hear sitting up close and where you can see him better, okay? And
Gotcha.
so we're going to kind of go over some general strategies now for you to better your communication with others around you, okay? Now, one thing you could do is when you're talking to someone, if they have their hand over their mouth, just politely ask them to move it because it's better for you to hear if you can see their mouth.
I know sometimes I can have my hands in the way of my mouth,
Yes.
and I'm guilty of that. So that's something I can work on when I communicate with you.
Okay, so I just say to people, when I can't see your mouth, it's hard for me to understand.
Exactly. People generally won't mind as long as you explain yourself and say, you would really help me out and we would better our communication if you did that. So never be afraid to speak up, okay? Another thing you could do is make sure that the speaker is facing you and not turned around, okay?
Oh.
I'm guilty of that one too. Sometimes I get frustrated when you're in another room and you can't hear me. And that's why sometimes it can be difficult to
Oh,
hear.
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But just remember, whenever you're talking to someone and you're not in the same, and you're not looking right at them or you're turned around, the noise can just get drowned out. So just don't be afraid to say that to someone. And also, you could tell them, somebody you're talking to, hey, maybe you could speak up a little bit and speak more clearly for me. But make sure you say the part about speaking clearly, because if you tell someone, I can't hear you, they might just speak up and that might be all they do. But it's really important that they slow down and enunciate for you.
That's true, because the louder volume, I don't think it would help her as much. I think that it's because people talk so fast around her, and
You're right.
you're going to slur their words together and stuff.
Exactly. That would really help you to pick up on every speech sound. And one more thing that you can do in your home environment is try to avoid carrying conversations near maybe your dishwasher or your washing machine
Mhm.
or your television, because those are really loud things that can really play a role
Okay.
in your hearing. I know there are lots of noises, so you can maybe even close the door to your laundry room or carry your
yes.
conversation away from those noisy things, okay?
Oh yes, we have an old washer and sometimes it just gets going and I can't hear anything. So we definitely need to close that door.
Yes, you got it. Those are easy fixes that I think will really help you at home.
Okay, well I do feel better about the stuff at home now, don't y'all?
I agree, yeah.
Okay.
I think we can make those changes easily.
Yeah, well I'm still a little iffy about work. Can we go back over that?
Yes, okay. So you said some of your biggest problems at work are hearing people over the phone, or like when you have women come in with really light, soft voices, or during your meetings. So let's go over this phone issue first. For this, you can use that same technique I just talked about and make sure you ask the speaker to speak clearly to you over the phone. I know it might be a stranger that you're dealing with, but usually if you ask someone politely, hello, sir, can you please speak up and speak clearly, that would really help us out today. They don't mind doing that.
Okay,
And-
well yeah.
Yeah, and those mothers that talk really soft, you could just ask them to speak up so that you can properly accommodate them today, because they're going to want their needs to be met and want to help you out.
Okay, well yeah, it makes me nervous to do that sometimes, you know, because their people are just so distraught and they can't, you know, slow down to calm down.
Well, if that's the case and they're just going all over the place, maybe just ask them to simplify their thoughts or simplify what they're telling you into shorter sentences. Because sometimes hearing all that extra talking can really become a mumble jumble for you. So if they cut that out, I think you'll understand it better.
Okay, yes. Okay, what about the meetings though? I don't want to speak out and say something like that to my boss in front of people.
Oh, I understand. Now, for that scenario, I think it would really benefit you to know and be able to anticipate what's going to be happening in the setting you're in. So one thing you could do is arrive early at your meetings, okay? You could arrive early, that way you can get a good seat. And if that doesn't work, you could even ask your boss for the minutes beforehand so you'll know what's going to be happening, that way you won't get lost.
Yes, I've never thought about asking for those meeting minutes, and that'll help me stay on track with what they're talking about.
Exactly. I know this will take a little bit of effort to prepare ahead of time, but it's going to really help you. But I think we've covered everything today.
Oh, yes.
Including your work and home environment. I really want you to be living life to the fullest, okay?
Oh, yes. It'll take some adjustments, but I think we can do it, girls.
I think we can too. It
I
should be
think
easy
so.
to
All right,
do
I'm going
it.
to check in on you in a few weeks, okay?
Thank you.
Bye.